India has showed us the full range at the FIBA 3x3 Asia Cup 2026. We had some wonderful games and we also had some terrible games. Namaskara machas, welcome to School of Swords, and today we'll be breaking down some of the not so good games. So after clutching the qualifying draw, the Indian men's team is into the main draw. But before we break that down, let's see what's going on with the women's team. Disclaimer machas, don't go around hating on any of these players. Unlike some other teams, they're trying their best to win, okay? This is purely for educational purposes. India versus Malaysia. So we've cleared out the paint so that Shrikala Rani gets a good ISO. Now as Shrikala Rani gets into the dance, this lady comes in to clog the paint. So Darshini does a good job cutting up top, because now she really has to choose, is she going to stay in the paint or is she going to stay with her man? And next, this other lady also comes to help. So Pushpa cuts to the rim. Now they really have to make a choice. They decide that one is better than two and they let Pushpa get that layup inside. Now off the miss, Pushpa Senthil Kumar gets good post position on the inside. She has the height advantage here and Malaysia decides to foul. So far so good, 2-0. But things start going downhill from here. Okay, very good, you're trying to trap the ball handler. But when you do this, you can't leave a shooter wide open right next to you, like this close. Pushpa, you really have to cut that pass off. And if they pass to your man, one of them can rotate. A longer pass will give you more time to actually recover. Instead, what do? Open 3, tie game to all. Now Shrikala Rani pump fakes, she attacks the closeout. Great! 3-on-2 situation. Do you pass to Darshini under the ring or Pushpa in the center of the paint? Yep, she does none of that. See machas, if you got two people coming at you with momentum, definitely pass it. Maybe in India she can get away with making that kind of shot because she's bigger and stronger than other people. But here that won't fly. Now number 9 with the ball up top. This is like a normal starting position. But now this lady cuts to the left side, taking her man with her, opening up the entire right side of the court for number 9 to drive. If you're Darshini Karasu, where will you send your man? The right side or the left side? But guess what she does? Let her go right! And now Shrikala Rani tries helping, but she's too late. That layup is already in by the time she gets anywhere near. Now right off of that, Malaysia is going to aggressively try trapping Rani. First of all, you don't pick the ball up in this situation. You need to keep your options open, okay? But okay, you picked it up. At least dish it to Darshini, no? But you hold on to it and they just strip it right out. This is 3x3 machas. You have to think really fast. You can't take your sweet time like this is a 5-on-5. Luckily, it was out of bounds. India ball with 3.5 seconds on the shot clock. They have to get a shot off quickly. Now number 24, if you're switching on the screen, you need to have your hands, especially with the shot clock running out like that. But no, she doesn't, and good for India, we get that 3-pointer off. But Malaysia comes right back running a handoff. Now Sanjana Ramesh, if you're going to switch this, you need to get under and cut off her lane to the basket. Not simply stand here trying to reach. I mean, you're not that tall also. Thing is, you can't be playing on the international stage as if you're playing against people like me in random local tournaments, okay? That kind of reach will maybe work against us because you're just that much taller and can jump higher. But on an international stage where everyone's the same size, same athleticism, you need to use your brain a little more. But it's okay. We run our own handoff. Luckily for us, Malaysia is equally confused how to guard it, giving up a wide open 3 for Shrikala Rani. Yes, we're back in business. Now Darshini overplays and of course she gets beat. Good job by Sanjana Ramesh though, stepping in to cut off the drive, beat this man to the spot and maybe get a block. But Malaysia isn't stupid either. They make the pass. Now, Sanjana, why on God's green earth are you reaching again? You know your man is wide open for a three-pointer. If you don't get that ball, it's a wide open shot. Which is exactly what happens. If you're going to reach for the ball, at least take a calculated risk. Yikes! What was that? Like, you weren't in rhythm and there was a defender right in your face. Desperation chucking. Okay, they call a timeout. Good. They have a lot of things to talk about. So, let's see what they've cooked right out of this timeout. Some actions going on. And Pushpa Senthil Kumar, she has got inside position on her man right under the basket. But does Shrikala Rani see this pass? Yes, this time she does. And we get a bucket. But right off of that, we are back to making mistakes. Darshini, why are you overplaying and pressing her right here with no help whatsoever? Like the entire right side of the court is a wide open expressway. If you get beat, that is an easy basket. You are so out of position that she can get an open three if she wants. Okay, a screen. India is trying to blitz this. And good, Sanjana Ramesh is in help in the paint so that she can't directly lob it into the paint wherever she feels like it. All great stuff on defense. But look what number 9 does. She is patient. She wants to see whether Sanjana commits to guarding the paint or does she stick with her man on the 3-point line. So yeah, that's it. Dance, cross her over into a whole other dimension. Bank shot, cash. This wasn't even terrible defense from India, just really good patience, good offense from Malaysia. Now Shrikala Rani is taking check ball. When you take check ball, you should look around and see where every single other player is on the court. Over here, this lady has left her man way outside and is coming towards the paint. You should notice that before you go drive full speed into two people. Otherwise, from check you will go to checkmate. Charging foul. Now India is in foul trouble also. Prepare for trouble, make it double. Team India is in foul trouble. Okay, pump fake, drive, collapse the defense. 3 people are on Shrikala Rani, but luckily this time she finds the pass. Once again, attack the closeout, draw help, dish. Just keep finding the open man until you get a good shot. See, Machas, India can play well. We just need to do so much more of this and so much less of whatever on God's green earth we were doing until now. Okay, now once again we are attacking off this closeout. The help defense steps up. It is a 2-on-1. Here is where you make that pass to Pushpa because she has momentum going straight towards the rim. That too on her right side she has a finish. But no. We wait 1 split second too long. Pushpa's man gets right back to her. And now Pushpa, instead of an open right hand layup, she has to hit a contested mid-range shot. See, that is the thing with 3x3 and the main reason you can't just expect 5v5 players to play 3x3. You have to think so much faster. As your man is closing out, you have to see how the rest of the play is shaping up. You wait 1 split second too long and your advantage is just gone. Now look how Malaysia carefully plays this. Off the check ball, they notice, okay, fine, 6 seconds. You have a rough idea of what all is possible in 6 seconds. So they set the screen, India tries to blitz. One good thing about doing this is you make the opponent rush. But no, Malaysia is calm. They do not rush. See, there is 4.3 seconds still remaining. So she picks up the ball, looks carefully to see which of her 2 teammates is more open. And yes, it is number 35 for the 3. Okay, 2 minutes. India down 4 points. We really have to do something. We set up an ISO for Darshini, clear out the entire left side. Pushpa is in the paint, ready to seal off number 35 if she tries going that side and helping. But why? Why are you leaving all that space and driving into two people on the right side? Okay, you try making that pass, but even that is deflected. The shot clock is ticking down and she has to chuck up a wild air ball. And that is the end of the Indian women's team's Asia Cup run. This last play is just good defense but better offense. Now it's time to see how the men's team is doing in the main draw. India is grouped with New Zealand and Qatar. First we face off against New Zealand. Oof, that was a tough bucket. And see, this time India has learned something. They're not letting New Zealand simply hit open threes. Now see, now nice. Muthu Krishnan gets inside position and Pranav Prince with that perfect lob, hitting him right on target. Just too sad we had to miss it. Now number 11 of New Zealand, he has this wide open expressway to drive. But see how Pranav Prince does a great job of beating him to the spot and then using his length to contest. Now he has to turn around and reset. Harshdagar is also there, right, to help. And Prince is there to help Harshdagar back. The power of friendship. And Muthu Krishnan pushes the pace. He's like, nah, you're not baseline trapping me. But once he gets up here, see how he slows down. Now it's handoff time. This guy's momentum is coming towards Harshdagar, and Harshdagar smartly uses it to beat him. Get right to the basket, okay, rebound. He gets an and one, that too. 2 is better than 1, right? 3 zeros. So far, solid start for India. And he hits the 3. But at least this was a solid contest. You have to live with that sometimes, okay? When you're going up against such good players, they're going to hit some shots right in your face. Oopsie, Muthu loses control of the ball. And New Zealand does not miss the chance to baseline trap him right away. And this is a perfect baseline trap, okay? He can't pass it here, that's pretty tough. And he definitely can't pass it to Dagar across the court. I mean, not from that position. That's an even tougher pass. And number 0 is out there trying to push him out ever so slightly. So Muthu does the one sensible play. He tries to throw it off number 0. Doesn't work. Open layup. India clearly getting outmuscled here, but they get the ball to Harshdagar. Jab step, now number 0 bites on this fake and Dagar has a wide open layup on the left side of the hoop. Now once again New Zealand with the screen. This time Kushal Singh makes sure he switches underneath. Which means Arvind Muthu Krishnan does not need to leave his man at the 3 and come into the paint to help. This lob isn't getting made. They're learning something every play, which is great, you know. Now number 0 is trying to baseline trap Muthu Krishnan once again. But Muthu sees this. He patiently dribbles back. And Kushal is also smart. He moves out of the corner so that it gives Muthu some space to work with. And work with it he does. He drives to the elbow, fakes that pass, fakes that shot, steps through smooth like butter. But New Zealand is not going anywhere. Number 0 sets the screen. And watch this carefully, okay? He's setting this up as though he's going to set another screen at the back and then give him a wide open drive, maybe a pick and roll. But 13 just straight steps back into the 3. That's really good improvisation also, looking at how the defender's momentum is going. Because Arvind Muthu Krishnan, he was really jumping, trying to beat him to the spot. India has been playing a great game so far. But so has New Zealand. And the scores are tied, 5-all. Now here's one more screen. Machas, if you're going to switch this, you can't simply let him take an open 3. Kushal Singh, you need to step up and have your hands up. Okay, lucky for us, he misses that shot. But there's full chaos off of this. Yeah, pass to the corner. Muthu Krishnan needs to close out hard. Fly by, splash. Okay, why on God's green earth is everybody crowding at the top of the key? Yeah, okay, looks like you're trying to set some screen and all, but in this position, where do you have space to roll, macha? This is looking like silk board on a Wednesday morning. Now you get Pranav on the left side. But it's taken too much time. Now you're already down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. New Zealand is just going to let him drive, beat him to the spot, and just strip that ball right out of his hands. Because he has no time to reset. Okay, that's just a crazy shot, man. Dagar was right in his face, but he still splashed it. Sometimes you will have those shots which you just can't do anything about, and this is one of them. But the problem is, from here India just lost their mind. Oopsie, confusion on the screen. Much as you have to communicate whether you're switching or not, or if you want to blitz. But giving him a wide open layup is not it, much as. He misses. Good for us. Now, Prince, why are you just simply rushing? You're not giving time for the rest of the team to even do anything. And now, desperation foul. What is going on? Now, once again, he fakes the handoff. India is full of confusion. One more open layup. This time, he does not miss. And Muthu Krishnan, what on earth are you doing? Like, it's 5 points. We have 5 minutes left. Yeah, it's a tough situation. You can still play like how you were playing in the beginning. You don't need to desperation chuck threes already. And once again, he is trying to take it all himself. India seems to have lost the power of friendship. Now, with a 6-point lead and 5 minutes left on the clock, New Zealand decided they can just speedrun this, Play you score, we score. But ooh, Pranav Prince, he is not letting that happen. But come on, another desperation 3? Those good blocks mean nothing if you're going to waste possessions by just doing this. So basically, that is how the rest of the game went. India lost it 11-16. This is still a solid improvement from last year. And it would have been even better if we didn't lose it halfway through the game. New Zealand is a pretty strong team, okay? Last time they rained down 8 threes in 8 minutes on us, beating us 21-11. Even this year's Asia Cup, they went on to win the whole thing. So now on to Qatar. This is actually a winnable game. I think both teams are somewhat on the same level. But for that, we better play well. Unfortunately, that is exactly what India does not do, because after Qatar scored 2 points, the hangover from the New Zealand game hit India hard, and again they started desperation chucking threes, forgot completely about the power of friendship that got them through the qualifying draw, random ISOs, just missing every single shot they take, zero off-ball movement. And if you play this badly on offense, nothing you do on defense will even matter. Because FIBA 3x3 is live ball, right? They just swing it out, they have an immediate advantage. Especially if you're chucking threes and they're getting long rebounds, there's full chaos. And all they need to do is calm down, use their eyes, use their brains. And scoring is not a big deal for them at all. Even the commentator was so disappointed.
This team's performance this year, a far cry from 2025's India squad.
Definitely. And it's the same team. How about that? Not a new face.
Yeah.
Nothing. And they just keep on chucking up deuces like they have no more time to come back. And they do actually. Over 3 minutes is quite long. And there you go. Great basketball IQ, the court awareness, Dejan with the sweet dime piece. Well, India just will shoot itself out of the game completely.
6.7.
This is a game we could have definitely won. I wouldn't say easily won, but for sure. We beat Kazakhstan and Hong Kong. this team is probably on the same level.
Difficulty to do much.
But no, 10-16 we lost, and there ends India's entire Asia Cup run.
16.
You know, like 3x3 is such a mental game, much more than 5 on 5. Because first of all, you play like multiple games a day, so if one game doesn't go well, it will affect your next game. Add to that, you don't really have a bench as such. Also, there's no coaching. I mean, yeah, teams have coaches, but they are not allowed to sit on the bench and really talk to the team as the game is going on. All of the strategy they do, it has to be before the game. During game, they're just straight up sitting outside and watching, that's all. And the game itself, you don't have time to go inbound the ball where you can take a deep breath, calm down, process what happened, because FIBA 3x3 is live ball. Basket is made and then you just go. But the crazy part, the silver lining to this cloud is that the opposite is also true. If you make one good play, that can give you crazy momentum, and it can really wreck your opponent's confidence and their mental state. So yeah, that should be the next step for all of us. Learn how to make more of the good plays and less of the bad plays. And of course, if you do make a bad play, learn how to come back from it. Because every single player makes mistakes, okay? Whoever wins is going to be the team making less mistakes or better mistakes. Whoever can learn from their mistakes and whoever can punish the other person's mistakes. So yes, machas, if you enjoyed this, subscribe and turn on all notifications. We are going to break down more mistakes and more good plays so that you can make less mistakes and more good plays.